Hi friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gaurav Gupta and I shall be continuing with this series of sessions for CMAT aspirants, for CMAT 2024 aspirants. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the very important questions for quantitative techniques. And this is part number 7 of this series of sessions. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you. And we are good to go, good to start with this session. A very good afternoon to all of you. All right, great. So friends, in this session, we'll be solving some questions of quant. I would say that these questions will help you in getting in touch with different areas, different concepts of quantitative techniques. And some of you, those who have already finished their syllabus, these questions will be. You can treat these questions as some extra study material that is helping you to revise all these areas. Right now in CMAT. Or in any entrance examinations for that matter, it is important to build up the speed, and you can only build up the speed by doing a proper amount of practice before your exam. So here in these sessions, our agenda is to provide you with some extra set of questions, extra set of practice questions that will help you in building up your speed for the examination. All right. So let's start solving these questions one by one. Now I'll be solving a total of 10 questions in this session, and we'll be displaying every question for 45 seconds to 1 minute. You can have a look at that question in this much amount of time. You can solve it and then post your answer in the chat box. For any question, if I feel like giving you some more time, I'll definitely do that. All right. So let's begin solving these questions with question number 1 on your screen now. Good afternoon, Samarth. Very good afternoon. Now, question number 1, a question on trigonometry. Rohan wants to change the light bulb of his room. The height of the wall is 12 feet and the bulb holder is 3 feet below the top of the wall. He uses a ladder which is 75 degrees inclined with the ground. Find the length of the ladder in feet. You are given the value of cot 15 degrees as 2 plus root 3. Now, first of all, it is very important to draw a correct figure, a correct right angled triangle. Then only you'll be able to apply the trigonometric ratios. Now, for this, first of all, you can draw a right angled triangle. Okay. So I will do it for you. Okay. So consider this right angled triangle, right? Now, the height of the wall is 12 feet and the bulb holder is 3 feet below the top of the wall. So we can say that the bulb holder is at 12 minus 3, that is 9 feet above the ground. Okay, so if I'll use this triangle ABC, then height of the bulb holder, which is at A, will be 9 feet from the ground. Okay, now he uses a ladder which is 75 degrees inclined with the ground. So AC be the ladder, and this angle is given as 75 degrees. So this angle will become 15 degrees because angle B is a right angle. Okay. Now I'll apply trigonometric ratio cot 15. Cot 15 का value given है, so cot 15 use कर सकते हैं. cot of 15 degrees. Now cot of theta will be base upon perpendicular. Tan theta क्या होता है? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. Okay, so cot theta will be inverse of tan theta, that will be base upon perpendicular. Now since we are taking cot of this angle 15 degrees, so for this base will be AB and perpendicular will be BC, right? Now cot 15 का value कितना दिया हुआ है? 2 plus under root 3 and that will be equal to AB, which is 9 upon BC. So the value of BC comes out to be 9 upon 2 plus root 3. Okay, 9 upon 2 plus root 3, ये क्या आ गया? ये BC का length पता लग गया है. Okay, now we will rationalize this value. You can rationalize. So denominator में square root का sign है, उसको eliminate कर सकते हैं. So rationalize कर दो इसे by multiplying and dividing it by 2 minus root 3. Okay, so the denominator will become 1. 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3, that will be 2 square minus root 3 square. So it will be 4 minus 3, that is 1. So denominator तो 1 बन जाएगा. Okay, numerator will be 9 multiplied by 2 minus root 3. Okay, this will be the numerator and then denominator will be 1. So the length of BC is equal to 9 bracket 2 minus root 3. Length of AB is already known, which is 9. So we can find out the length of AC by using Pythagoras theorem. So it will be AB square plus BC square, that is 9 square plus 9 into 2 minus root 3 whole square. 9 square common ले लेते हैं. So if I take 9 square common, then it will be 1 plus 2 minus root 3 whole square. So it will be 4 plus 3 minus 4 root 3. Okay, and that is 9 square bracket 8 minus 4 root 3. Now 4 common ले लो. So 4 will come outside. So 4 is 2 square. So it will become 18 square bracket 2 minus root 3. Now this is the value of AC square. So the value of AC will be square root of this number, that is 18 under root of 2 minus root 3. Now 18 under root of 2 minus root 3, that is option C is the correct answer of this question. So a lengthy question, but yes, plenty of concepts to be used, like plenty of concepts were used in this question, and you can learn each of these things in small packets. Okay, so question number 1, option C is the correct answer. Let's move ahead and look at our next question. Our next question is based on compound interest. It says on a certain sum, the compound interest after 1 year is 1200 and after 2 years it is 2580. So for first year it is 1200, for the first 2 years it is 2580. We'll have to find out the value of the principal. A very common question that is asked from simple interest, compound interest, this type. Now to solve this question, I'll not be using any formula of simple or compound interest. I'll just use the basic principle of compound interest and the concept of percentages. Okay. Now for the first year, it is given that the compound interest is 1200. Okay. Now let's talk about the second year. Now the compound interest for 2 years is given as 2580 and the compound interest for the first year was 1200. So compound interest for the second year will be 2580 minus 1200. Okay, because 2580 is the compound interest for both the years, for the first 2 years. From that, if I'll remove the compound interest of first year, I'll get the compound interest for second year. So this comes out to be 1380. Now 1380 can be written as 1200 plus 180. Okay. Now in compound interest, what happens is, to calculate the compound interest for any particular year, what we do is we copy the interest of the previous year, okay, which is done here 1200, okay, it is copied, and give interest on the interest of previous year. So interest on the interest of previous year is also added to obtain the total compound interest for any particular year. Okay, now here it is 180. Now at what percentage it is charged? At R percentage, whatever the rate of interest is. So we can say that R percentage of 1200 is equal to 180. This extra interest that we have obtained is the interest on the interest of previous year at R percentage. So if R percentage of 1200 is equal to 180, the value of R comes out to be 15 percentage. Okay, the value of R comes out to be 15 percentage. Sonu has already given an answer. So R is 15 percentage. Okay, now if P is the principal, then the interest of first year, that is 1200 rupees, is given on principal at 15 percentage, which we have already calculated. Okay, so I can now write 15 percentage of principal is equal to the interest of first year, that is 1200. Upon solving, you will get principal as 8000. Okay, so the correct answer will be option B for this question. The principal is 8000. All right. Okay, so all of you keep it up. Try and solve each of these questions. The questions are not that difficult. Question number 3 on your screen now. A basic question on the principles of HCM, HCF and LCM. Hello, Avani. Now, LCM of two numbers is 120 and the product of two numbers is 600. How many such possible pairs of numbers exist? Basic principle of LCM and LCM. Avni, it will come soon. Don't worry at all. The expected date of the examination will be May. So somewhere in the month of March, we will get to see the notification of CMAT. Okay, now we are dealing with two numbers. So for two numbers, we can always say that LCM multiplied by HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. Okay, now here LCM is given as 120. Let's say HCF is H. The product of two numbers is given as 600. So from here, you can say that HCF of these two numbers is equal to 600 upon 120. That is equal to 5. Okay, so HCF of these two numbers, let's say it is H is 5. Okay, so HCF is 5. We are given that. Now if HCF is 5, I can assume the numbers as the multiples of 5, the multiples of HCF. So I can assume the numbers as A into H and B into H, where A and B are co-prime numbers. ये बहुत important है, ठीक है? So if the numbers are assumed as the product, the multiples of HCF, okay, then the remaining part of these numbers A and B will always be co-prime with respect to each other, ठीक है? Now the product of numbers, again I'll use the above formula, AH multiplied by BH is equal to 600. Okay, H is given as 5. So 5A multiplied by 5B is equal to 600. So the product of A and B comes out to be 600 divided by 25, that is 24. So product of A and B is 24, where A and B are co-prime with respect to each other. Okay? Now I'll see in how many ways 24 can be written as the product of two numbers. So it is 1 into 24, 2 into 12, 3 into 8, 4 into 6, and that's it. So these are total four possibilities, total four ways of writing 24 as the product of two numbers. But I want these two numbers to be co-prime with respect to each other. So I will select 1 and 24 because they are co-prime. I will not select 2 and 12 because they are not co-prime. I will select 3 and 8. I will not select 4 and 6. So there are two possible values for A and B, and hence there will be two possible values for the numbers. Okay, so there will be two possible pair of numbers that will exist. The correct answer will be option C, that is 2. So Avni, yes, your answer is absolutely correct. The correct answer, option C, two possible pairs of numbers will exist. The only important thing that needs to be known, that needs to be considered was when I write the number as the product of HCF, then these values A and B, these variables A and B will be co-prime with respect to each other. Okay. So that was question number 3. Let's move on and look at question number 4. So question is, in an examination, Raj's score was 1/3 of the sum of the scores of Pankaj and Anuj. After a review, the score of each of them increased by 10 and the revised scores are in the ratio 11, 9, 7 respectively for Anuj, Pankaj and Raj. So then Anuj's score exceed the Raj's score by what number? You basically have to find out the difference between Anuj and Raj's score. All right, Avani, nice, good. So you already have an answer. Chali. Now a proper way of doing this question. Easier way, fastest way. The revised scores of Anuj, Pankaj and Raj are in the ratio 11, 9 and 7. So Anuj, Pankaj and Raj. I'll assume, so start using mic please. Start using mic please. What do you mean? Avani, I couldn't understand. I am using a mic only. So it is there. Okay. So the revised scores of Anuj, Pankaj and Raj are in the ratio 11, 9 and 7. So I can assume their revised score as 11x, 9x and 7x. Okay? So these are their revised scores. Now the review, what happened in the review? In the review, the scores increased by 10. Okay. So I can say that before the review, their scores would have been 11x minus 10, 9x minus 10 and 7x minus 10. But then 2 voice is low. Avani, you can increase your volume because this is not the problem which is faced by any other student. Okay. And I have this thing checked from the technical team as well. So from my side, the voice is fine. You can please check your volume or you can increase the volume. Okay. Perfect. So these are the scores before revision. Now, before revision, what was the relation between their scores? The relation was Raj's score was 1/3 the sum of the scores of Pankaj and Anuj. So Raj's score 7x minus 10 was 1/3 the sum of these two scores. That is 11x minus 10 plus 9x minus 10. This is the relation that is given. Now doing cross multiplication, 21x minus 30 is equal to 20x minus 20. The value of x comes out to be 10. Okay. Now if x is 10, now I have to calculate the difference between Anuj's and Raj's score. So इन दोनों का difference कितना होगा? If you look at it, the difference will be 4x. That is 4 multiplied by 10, which is 40. So 40, that is option D, will be the correct answer of this question. Okay, so question number 4, option D, 40 is the correct answer. Moving on, looking at our next question, question number 5. Now question number 5 is a very simple question of set theory, in which three set Venn diagram is used. So set theory pe, like it's a direct question which is based on the formula of set theory. Now this is the formula that I was talking about, the direct formula which will be applicable. If you remember this formula, it's good. You will be able to do, you'll be able to get the answer in less than 30 seconds. Otherwise, you will have to leave this question. Okay. So P union Q union R, the value is given as 31, is equal to P plus Q plus R. Each of the values is 15. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 minus P intersection Q, which is 6, minus Q intersection R, which is 7, minus P intersection R. एक second, P intersection R. Okay, so that is 3, and then plus P intersection Q intersection R. Let's say it is equal to X, which is what we have to find out. Okay, now you can simplify this equation and get the value of X. Okay, so the value of X will be 31 minus 45 minus 16, 29, 31 minus 29, that is 2. So the value of X comes out to be 2, that is option C. So option C is the correct answer of question number 5. Moving on, next question, question number 6. Question number 6, slightly lengthy, slightly difficult question. A question says that a ticket booking counter charges a reservation fee separately per person. So reservation fee will be charged per person basis. The cost of 2 full and 3 half reserved tickets is 2100, and the cost of 3 full and 5 half reserved tickets is rupees 3310. Find the cost of 2 full and 1 half reserved tickets if it is given that the cost of half ticket is half the cost of full ticket. So cost of ticket is half for a half ticket and obviously full for a full ticket, but the reservation charges needs to be paid for every ticket separately per person. Okay, so if I look at the first case, 2 full and 3 half tickets. So the cost of 2 full will be 2x. Let's say cost of 1 full ticket is x. So cost of 2 full tickets will be 2x and 3 half tickets will be 3 by 2x. So total kitna ho gaya? It will be 3.5x, right? This is the cost. And let's say R is the reservation charges per person. So in this case, how many tickets are booked? 2 full tickets and 3 half tickets. So total of 5 persons are traveling. So reservation fee will be charged separately for these 5 persons. So that is 5R. and this value is given as 2100. Okay. Also, the cost of 3 full tickets, which will be 3x, and 5 half tickets, which will be 5 by 2x. So, which is 5.5x. Now, in this case, how many tickets are booked? 3 full and 5 half, that is 8 tickets. So, reservation charges will be 8 times, and this is 3310. All right, fine. So, now we are given this particular thing. Now, we have to find out the cost of 2 full, 1 half. So 2 full, 1 half, that means 2.5x plus 3r. This is what we have to find out. Okay. Now for this, we need to find out the value of x and r. So these are linear equations in 2 variables. So I'll eliminate r first of all, multiply first equation by 8 and second equation by 5. So 8 into 3, 24, 28x minus 27.5x, that is 0.5x. 40r will get cancelled. On the right hand side, 16,800 and 5 into 3, 15, 16550. Okay, so it is 250. So 0.5x is equal to 250. So the value of x comes out to be 500. I'm just solving these equations. So x का value 500 आ गया, right? Now substitute the value of x in any of these equations. किसी भी एक equation में x का value substitute कर दो, and you will get the value of r. ठीक है? So x is 500, 1750, 2100 minus 350. So r is equal to 350 upon 5, that is 70. Substitution करना है, simplify करना है, and you will get these values. So x is 500 and r is 70. You can substitute it here. So the cost of 2 full and 1 half reserve tickets will be 2.5 multiplied by 500 plus 3 into 70. Simplify this. 1250 plus 210, that is 1460. So 1460, that is option C is the correct answer of question number 6. Now moving on, next question. Sachin can give Umesh a start of 20 meters and Chetan a start of 50 meters in a kilometer race. Kilometer race means 1 kilometer, 1000 meters. So 1000 meters की रेस है. Sachin can give Umesh a start of 20 meters and Chetan a start of 50 meters. How much of start in meters can Umesh give to Chetan in a race of 4.9 kilometers or a race of 4900 meters? So the race is of 1 kilometer, right? Sachin, Umesh and Chetan. Now Sachin can give Umesh a start of 20 meters. That means if Sachin travels 1000 meters, in the same time Umesh can travel 20 meters less. That means 980. And Chetan can travel 50 meters less. That means 950. Okay. So the time in which Sachin will travel 1000, Umesh can travel 980 and Chetan can travel 950. Okay. Now we have to find out in a race of 4.9 kilometers, that means in a race of 4900 meters, how much start can Umesh give to Chetan? That means if Umesh can travel 4900 meters, how much Chetan can travel? So what we'll do is we will equate the ratio of their distances because these distances are covered in equal amount of times. Okay. So 980 upon 4900 is equal to 950 upon x. And we can calculate the value of x by cross multiplication, right? So 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 98 is 49 into 2 and यहाँ पे 10 बच जाएगा. So x is 9500 divided by 2, that is 4750. So that means if Umesh will travel 4900 meters, then Chetan will travel 4750 meters. The gap between these two will be the difference of these, that is 150 meters. So Umesh can give Chetan a start of 150 meters in a race of 4.9 kilometers. Right? Okay, so that was question number 7. Next question, question number 8. How many distinct words can be formed from the letters of word education if all the vowels are together? A very easy question. So you can separate out vowels E, D, U, C, A, T, I, O, N. So there are 5 vowels and all of them should be together. Other than 5 vowels, there are 4 consonants. They can be separated, they can like go anywhere. Okay. So if all 5 vowels needs to be together, I will consider all these vowels as a single alphabet. Okay. So how many alphabets now do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there are 4 consonants and one group of vowels. Okay. So there are 5 alphabets, let's say. So 5 alphabets can be arranged in 5 factorial ways, and then among the vowels they can rearrange themselves among themselves, right? So the group of 5 vowels is there, they can interchange their places among themselves. So 5 vowels can arrange themselves in 5 factorial ways. So the answer should be 5 factorial into 5 factorial. That is option B. So question number 8, option B is the correct answer. Let's look at our next question, question number 9. Now, question number 9 is a good one. It's just the way you solve this question that will decide how much time you are going to take. Okay, the question is very simple. Anurag bought an article for rupees X and he spent 1240 on its transportation. So the money that he has spent in total is X plus 1240. Now he marked the article 75% above the total cost price of the article. If he sold the article after 2 consecutive discounts of 20% and 12.5% and made a profit of 1719, then what will be the value of X? What will be the value of X? Okay. Now in this question, you must make a proper use of percentage equivalents of fractions. Now cost price, a total cost price of X plus 1240. Now the mark price is 75% above the cost price. 75% is 3 by 4. So the cost price will be 1 plus 3 by 4. Sorry, mark price will be 1 plus 3 by 4 of the cost price, which is 7 by 4. How? 75% is 3 by 4. 75% above hai, so 1 plus 3 by 4, that is 7 by 4 of the cost price will be the mark price. So this is the first thing. 7 by 4 of X plus 1240. Okay. Now on mark price, 2 discounts of 20% and 12.5% are given. Now 20% is 1/5. So a reduction of 1/5 will give me a fraction of 4 by 5. And 12.5% is 1 by 8. So a reduction of 12.5%, that is a reduction of 1 by 8, will give me a fraction of 7 by 8. So we can say that selling price will be 4 by 5 into 7 by 8. These two fractions are involved. times the mark price. Now mark price is 7 by 4 of x plus 1240. Okay, now you can do simplification. 4 and 8 will get cancelled. यहाँ पे 2 आ जाएगा. So selling price is 49 upon 40 times x plus 1240. Okay, so this is selling price and cost price is x plus 1240. So I can say that selling price is more than the cost price. इनका difference देख लेते हैं. So profit is equal to the difference of these two, which comes out to be 9 by 40 of x plus 1240. Now using these fractions, what it is doing, it is making the calculations look easy. And this profit is given as 1719. So 9 cancel out हो जाएगा यहाँ पे 191. So x plus 1240 is equal to, doing cross multiplication, 7640. So the value of x comes out to be 7640 minus 1240. So it is 6400. So the value of x is 6400. They want the value of x, and that should be the answer of this question. That is option A, 6400. Making a proper usage of percentage equivalence of fractions. Okay. Moving on to the last question. Find the value of x if the given number is divisible by 11. Simple. Divisibility rule of 11 will be applied. What is the rule of divisibility for 11? So 11 का divisibility rule क्या होता है? Alternate digits का sum calculate करेंगे, right? So I'll first of all consider these digits and write their sum. 6 and 4, 10 and 3, 13, 14, 14 and 5, 19. The sum is 19. The remaining digits, 7 plus 2, 9 and 9, 18, 18 plus x. Okay, Ganesh, check the answer. So one of the sum is 18 plus x and the other sum is 19. The difference of these two should be equal to 0 or a multiple of 11. So first of all, I'll equate them and we'll try to find out the value of x. X comes out to be 1. So yes, x equal to 1 is among the options and that will be the answer. So yes, Bhavika, that is an absolutely correct answer. So option A is the correct one for question number 10. Alright. So friends, that was the last question of this session. We have covered these 10 questions and I could say that yes, some of the questions were slightly above moderate level of difficulty and you must get into solving these type of questions. Okay. Now some important information for all of you. For CAT 2024 aspirants, how to manage preparation with your job or studies, a free live interactive workshop on this will be conducted on 17th of March at 11 a.m. Register for this workshop by visiting our application. Also, CAT 2024 VARC Game Changer, a workshop that will be taken by Vikrant Kathuria sir will be conducted on 21st of March at 7 p.m. Get up to 90% scholarship on CAT preparation programs by writing a scholarship test on 24th of March at 11 a.m. But first of all, you will have to register for this test. This is obviously a free test. So you can visit our application and register for this. Also, you can try our CAT College Predictor, which is based on the profile. Any doubts you have, fill in this form. The link is also pinned in the description. You can get social with us on all these social media platforms. That's all from my side, my dear friends. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.